What's shaking? What's popping? What's good? It's your girl, Queen Kodak, here with my first video. It's gonna be a story time. Whew. Let me catch my breath. It's gonna be a story time. Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna talk about the drink that I love to drink that got me all lit like this. It's that Patron, that Patron Cafe, you feel me? AKA that Zambuki, as Cat Williams will call it. You hear that? Beautiful sound, music to my ears. Cheers. All right, so let's get started with this story time. Okay, so this is the first time that I ever got into a fight in college. So I don't know, y'all don't know me quite yet, but I have been trying to take the passive route of things nowadays. I meditate now. My chakras are aligned, and I'm in retirement. I do not fight no more. Repeat, I try not to fight anymore. So back then, I used to really be wild. If you wanted to say, if you had something to say about me, I don't really care because I'm running up on you. But I know, peacekeeping and all that good stuff. So this is basically about my first fight in college. Now, it's not my first fight ever, but my first fight in college, in university. So basically, I want to say this was around like 2012, 2013. This was my spring semester. I want to say 2013 was my spring semester. And I was a freshman. And I was going to my university. I've been to a couple, but at this time, the university that I was at, that was the only one I've been to post high school graduation. Now, I've been to a college before that. I went to UCLA when I was in high school, but that doesn't count. But this was my first university post high school graduation. So I had a roommate my fall semester, but me and my roommate really didn't see eye to eye. Like, coming out of your living situation and going into like a college dorming situation, I've had exposure to it, but not long-term exposure like this, like months on months. So it's kind of like you start to realize that people are not raised the way you're raised. Like, people do things differently from you, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, and you learn a lot. It's definitely a learning experience dorming with somebody for the first time. So I had this roommate. Now, my last roommate, me and her, we didn't really get along, as I said. So I ended up moving out of that room. From fall semester, I didn't stay with the same roommate. So spring semester, I asked for a new one. So I ended up getting placed with this girl. Now, I don't even remember her name. I don't. We're gonna just give her a name Kay or something like that. Kay, I don't even remember her name. Basically, we ended up moving in. My mom and I, we drove up to Connecticut where I was going to school, and we moved into the dorm. Now, it was just her and I, and we were just moving in and everything by ourselves, lifting everything, going up the floors. Now, I lived on the 3rd floor, I believe, so it wasn't that much compared to the first semester when I was living on the 8th floor. So we ended up moving everything in, and when I first walked into the room, and basically the first thing I saw was she had magazine like cutouts all over the walls, like all over the linings of the roof, and it was just a bunch of like high-end brands, like just all types of name brand stuff that actually I wasn't really exposed to like that. I knew what they were, but did I go out of my way to make those purchases and get them? No, I did not. I'm more of like a down to earth kind of girl. I'm not really high maintenance, if you get what I'm saying. So when I seen all that stuff, I automatically knew, oh no, I'm dealing with a girly girl. I am a tomboy, but I was like, this is a girly girl through and through. Like, me and her, we're not gonna mesh. But I'm not going to judge. I'm going to give it, don't knock it until you try it, you know what I'm saying? Give her the benefit of the doubt. So I did that. So my mom and I were moving in, and I'm already kind of like, I don't know if I want to live with this girl, but I'm going to duke it out. My mom and I are doing everything we need to do, getting everything arranged, and in walks in the roommate. Now, she was a pretty nice looking girl. She was tall, dark skinned, she was black, and she had like black hair that stopped right here. And she was just kind of like, hi, how you doing? I introduced her to my mom and everything like that because she was already there, and everything was good. Everything was kosher. So we go downstairs, my mom and I, and we begin to get some more luggage to bring upstairs. And then I noticed that as we're walking up to the room, I hear very, very loud music. Now, I didn't know if it was coming from my room until I actually walked up to my door. So I walked up to my door and I opened the door, and I don't know what Trey song, like what song by Trey Songz she was playing. I have, to this very day, I do not know what song it was. But when I say that song was freaky, that song was nasty. Like, it was a freak nasty, like, I'm gonna get you pregnant tonight type of song. All right, that's that. It's worse than like Neighbors Know My Name shit. I don't know what the fuck she was playing. So I was like, what the hell? Now my mom is with me, mind you. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if it's for every culture or if it's for everybody, but I just felt like that was disrespectful. My mom is an old school Caribbean Christian woman. She does not tolerate that. I can't even cuss around her. So for you to be playing that type of indecent music was beyond disrespectful. Like, I looked over at my mom and she looked through the roof. Like, she was just so appalled by the fact that she would just play some shit like this. So my mom, before I could even speak up and say anything, my mom was like, excuse me, can you turn this off? Now my mom, she's from Jamaica, but you know, she tries to put on her little American voice, her watered down patois, and try to speak. So she's like, oh yeah, can you turn it off a little bit? Like, you know, it's a little much, you know. And my mom said something, then it's law. Okay, so turn it off. So she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Now, the music she was playing was blasting. If I could hear it down the hallway, then it was obviously blasting. So it was already like way too much. And my mom gave me this look like, this shit's not gonna work. So I'm just like, oh, I'm like, okay, you know, she's already heated. We're paying money for this, and I have a sucky roommate. She's not rocking. So I keep looking at her. I'm giving her a look like, give her the benefit of the doubt. You never know. We could end up being friends, you know. So she was just like, all right. So we're kind of talking to each other without saying words. You know, we just have that mother-daughter telepathy. And she was just like, okay, I'm going to deal with it for now. So she ends up moving in everything with me, and we kind of go outside. I wish my mom goodbye, a safe drive, and she drives back home. So I end up going upstairs and, you know, kind of just chilling out. Now, the next day was the first day of classes. So I was kind of getting set up, kind of getting ready for bed, made my bed, everything. My room was in order. The next day, I woke up, went to my classes. I came back from my class around like 6 p.m., maybe 5 p.m., around there. And I came back to the room, and off rip, like, she had mad people in the room. Now, me coming from my home life where my mom does not like guests. You can go over their house, but they cannot come over our house. So like, I'm used to like that silence. If it's not my family, then it's not no noise. So I'm just used to like that type of lifestyle. So I come in and instantly I'm just kind of like, why are there so many people in my living space? So I'm trying to understand how she does things, but I don't really know how she does things. And I don't think she really understands how I do things because we never had the chance to establish that connection. All I see in this moment right now is there's so many people in my fucking room. Like, so I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. I sit down on the bed. I don't even feel comfortable like changing my clothes in my room. There was guys and girls in my room, and there was a lot of them, and they were loud, they were talking, they were bumping music. So I'm kind of just sitting on the bed, just kind of in my own world. Then I noticed like 3 hours go by and I'm still in my school clothes. So I'm kind of like, what the hell? Now me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not no punk, but in this story, I definitely held my tongue for the longest time. So I don't know about y'all, but as I'm going through the story, comment down below and tell me when you would have had enough. Because I think that I took a lot of her BS. Like, I think that I took a lot before I spoke up and said something. So, but you comment down below and tell me when was the last straw for you throughout this story. But anyway, so I was just like, okay, I'm tired of waiting. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to go to the room and I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to change my clothes and I'm going to get ready for bed. I go in the bathroom, I change my clothes. Now the bathroom is not in our rooms. We have a community bath that we share amongst the floor. So I went out there and did that and came back. And sorry, had to get another shot. So I come back into the room. I get ready for bed. And I notice that her company is not leaving. I'm kind of giving that hint like, it's time for me to go to sleep. But she's not getting the message. Now, usually I'm a cool roommate. But here's the thing. I'm all for partying and stuff like that. And I'm all for having your friends over and everything. But there's a time and place for everything. You got to run it by me. Communication is key to me. And it's a Monday. Sis, what are you doing? You're not... It's a Monday. Like, tell your friends to go somewhere. Why y'all can't hang out in the lobby or some shit? Do something like that. The lobby's right down the hall. Go over there. Anyway, so she kind of gets it after like 30 fucking minutes. And she tells her friends, all right, it's time to pack it up. We got to go. And they leave. Everything's cool. So over time, I noticed that this keeps happening. And she's not running anything by me. She's doing it at the most inopportune times. She doesn't care if I have homework. She doesn't care if I have a test to study for. We're in some class, like, for math and stuff. And over time, I ended up noticing that she's a cheerleader. And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. No offense to y'all cheerleaders, but she's a little popular, you know, a little prissy, but, you know, but she's a cheerleader. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to deal with it and everything like that. And what? So things start to kick up when she starts doing a little too much for my liking. Her having her friends over whenever she felt like, I was starting to get used to it. I was just like, okay, maybe this is how she does things. Maybe she's just a social butterfly. She is a cheerleader. She's kind of popular on campus. So I'm just gonna, you know, let it rock. So I ended up having to go out of the state to go to Florida to go see my little situation, my boo at the time. So I ended up flying out to Florida and I told her that I was leaving. So packing up my stuff and taking a little suitcase to go. And before I fly anywhere, I make sure that my whole room is clean. Anywhere I go, any living situation that I'm in, before I travel anywhere, I make sure everything is in order. Bed is made, everything is washed, because when I come back, I don't want to have to do all of that. So I make sure it's done before I leave. So I did all of that before I left. Bed made, everything tidy. Also, because if anything is fondled with or toyed with, I will know. So I made sure everything was in order the way I liked it, the way I do things. So I flew out to go see my little boo. I enjoyed myself. And when I came back, I noticed that my sheets were all messed up. I could see body prints in my sheets. My boxes of belongings were rummaged through, like somebody went digging through my stuff. And all of this, like, everything was completely out of order compared to the way I left it. And I was just like, yo, no, she did not go through my shit. Like, no, she did not do this. I'm sitting in my head like, nah, she ain't crazy. She not gonna go through my stuff while I'm not there. People aren't raised like that. So I'm trying to convince myself, woo-saw, Nikki, woo-saw. I'm trying to calm down because one thing I do not like, don't touch my stuff. And I think that goes for a lot of people. Don't touch my stuff. So, especially if I don't know you, don't touch my stuff. So I said to her, hey, did you touch my stuff? She's like, yeah, I had to go under your bed and take the little bed boosters off. There was little things underneath my bed to kind of increase like the height of the bed. And she's like, I needed to take those down because those were mine. I was like, you couldn't wait till I was here to tell me that, or you couldn't tell me that before I left? And she just ignored me. So I'm like, okay. In this point in time, a light went off in my head. Bitch, it's time to move out. You and her are not going to get along. Like, this is going to get a lot worse because she has no home training. And she doesn't have any communication skills. So you and her are not going to get along. Move out ASAP. That's what all of my little personalities in my head told me to do. Leave, okay? So I said, okay, I'm going to leave. I went to the resident director of the building and I told him, hey, I'm very uncomfortable with my roommate. I don't want to be there anymore. I would really like to move. He's going to say, oh, don't worry about it. Stick it through. You'll do great. it's just for a semester. Don't worry. Maybe you guys are not seeing eye to eye right now, but just work it out. It'll be okay. Don't move. You'll be fine. So I told him, I really don't want to be there. He was like, it's okay. Just try your best. So I said, okay, I'm going to try my best. It starts to get worse. So now it's getting to the point where she doesn't just have friends over whenever they feel like, and they're super loud. Her friends are walking in and out of our room however they feel like. She's leaving the door unlocked while I'm asleep and letting her friends just kind of come in and out the room, whether it be 7 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever they feel like. And I just have no control of the situation. So when I started to notice that, like, I just kind of let it pass. But after a while, I was like, this is enough. Because what if I have to do something? And what if I need peace and quiet? Like, I don't pay all these thousands of dollars for you to just do whatever you want in this room. So I started locking the door. Now, she had this light-skinned friend. Oh, she had this light-skinned friend. And her friend and I did not see eye to eye. Like, her friend was wild disrespectful on another level. I was really trying to hurt that girl because she was doing too much. So her friend was the main one walking in and out of the room like she pleased. Mind you, she has her own room down the hall. She lays her head down the hall. So why are you coming in and out this room without knocking on the door? Like, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? So I just really didn't like her. Now, what made me not like her especially was when I started locking the door. So I started locking the door and I hear banging, boom, 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 boom. Open the door. I said, are you my roommate? She's like, no, but you better open the door. I said, no, thank you. You don't have to get my roommate to come in here if you need something, because I'm not opening the door. She's like, all right, bitch, I'll fuck you up then. Fuck who up? Says, fuck who up? Fuck who up? Okay. So I said, all right, because you know I'm with that. I want all the smoke. Fuck who up? So I bust open the door. I said, what you said? Because I'm ready now. It's go time now. So what's up? Because now you trying to play with me. So she started running down the hall. I'm like, all right, that's why you pussy. I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck is you talking about? I smack the shit out you, bitch. I'm talking crazy down the hall. And she running down the hall. I was like, all right, she a punk. I'm heated now. I'm over it. I'm over her. I'm over her friends. So now at this point in my head, all of my personalities are saying, get wild, disrespectful, start violent. Obviously, they're not going to touch you. And the way my motto is, you can't beat me. So that's the way I look at things. You can't beat me. That's how I'm coming. So, but I calmed that down now. I'm grown now. But back then I was young and reckless. And I was like, you know, you can't beat me. So I don't fight no more. I'm too cute to be fighting. So I'm on the phone now. She's being very disrespectful. Like, it's like the disrespect just keeps increasing because I'm allowing her to do this. Like, people only do what you allow. Please know that. And I was allowing her to disrespect me. And that's exactly why she was getting away with the shit she was getting away with. But the way I am is I just keep storing shit and storing shit and storing shit and storing shit and storing shit until you shake up that soda bottle and you open it and then I just explode. That's how I am. So now I've become more vocal. But back then I was just storing it. And when I explode, don't act like you don't know why. She's just becoming more and more disrespectful. And I was reciprocating that. I was stooping down to her level, which I shouldn't have done. But that's what I did at the time. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I did not. So she would have her friends over. And let's say I'll be on the phone with my mom. I'll be talking to my mom. And she'll crank the music all the way up to the point where I can't hear my mom speaking to me on the phone. And the phone is in my ear. So my mom's like, what the hell is that noise? I was like, that's her, Mom. So I turned over to her. I said, excuse me, can you turn that down? She was like, oh my God. I don't know what's wrong with this girl. Like, oh my God. And her friends like, oh my goodness. Y'all don't live here. You have somewhere else to go. I have to stay with this bitch. So stop trying to act crazy because y'all could get out. So I was just like, okay. Noted. Okay. All right. So I start talking to my friend later on that day. I'm telling my friend a little bit what's going on. And she's right next to me, her and her friends. I'm like, yeah, girl. my roommate acting stupid, but it's all right though, cause nobody can beat me. They won't pop though. They won't fight me though. So I'm acting crazy on the phone, on some punk shit. I don't even know why I was doing all that. I should have just ran up on her, but we'll get to that. So her friends and them just sitting there, scoffing it. Okay, you should have ran down on me when you had the chance, cause now you acting stupid. Period. Period. Okay. Period. So I'm like, okay. So later on, it starts to get worse and worse, start kicking up. Now, like I said, she had people coming in and out of the room. But now that I started locking my door, she started getting more wild with it. She started giving random people the key to the room so they could walk in on me whenever and however they feel like. Let me take a shot for this. They started walking in on me whenever and however they felt like. This is when I hit my breaking point, y'all. This is when I started getting crazy. My craziness came out. So, one day, I was getting ready, and I was about to take a shower. I was getting ready to take a shower. I'm stripping down and everything like that. And in walks this guy. This random guy. She gives the key to this random guy to bust into the room, to take whatever he wanted to do, or take whatever he wanted, knowing there was another girl living in the room. And he just walked in without a care in the world. And I was semi-naked. And I felt so, like, exposed. I felt so disrespected. Because here's what you're doing. This is the atmosphere you're setting, that people can just come in and go as they please and just completely disregard how I feel or my presence in this room, or the fact that I am your roommate. So I was just so upset. So I was having enough at this point. It was to the point where I didn't even like coming back to my room. I would try to find every little thing. I had these two friends from my psych class, and I would stay up in their room on the 8th floor as long as I could until I was exhausted to go to sleep, and just go to sleep and come back to class and then go to their room and then go back to my room when I'm exhausted, so I didn't have to deal with any of it. So it got to the point now where one night I'm following this routine. I'm staying in my friend's room, coming back when I'm exhausted. And one night she went out to party. She went to a little party down the hall or on another floor, whatever have you, was in the building. And she came back to the room, but she came with a guy. Now, it was in the room, it was pitch black, so I didn't know what was going on. I just hear a lot of rustling and tussling. And I'm asleep at this point, but I'm kind of a light sleeper. So I'm asleep. And all of a sudden I hear noises. I hear moaning and groaning and tussling and creaking and banging. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's 3 a.m. I'm like, yo, what the hell? And we have class the next day. Like, I have an exam the next day. And I hear tussling and bustling. Now, let me just put this out there. I don't play when it comes to school. I'm a first-generation college student. I take this shit very seriously because my parents did not come to America for me to fuck around with my education. So I make sure that I'm on top of my grades, and she was playing with me. So I'm the coolest person when it comes to partying. I'll be the most lit. I'll sit here, I got a Millie Rock for you. I hit the whoa for you, anything like that. But when it comes to making sure my test is done and my grades is A1, don't play with me. I turn into a different person. So she coming in there, she rustling, tussling, and banging with this guy in the room. And I'm hearing him, he grunting and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I wake up, I'm thinking that somebody in this bitch fighting. Because that's what it sounds like. So it sounds like WWE versus Raw on this bitch. So I'm like, okay. I wake up, I rise up, my eyes open. And then, in that moment, it hits me. The smell of sex and BO. And mind you, this is my spring semester. So it's kind of around winter time, in the early part of the spring semester. So the heat is on. The heat mixed in with the smell of her nani, mixed in with the BO, was rancid. It stink up the wall of the room. Like, just had a sore front. It was cringeworthy. I was done with it. I walked out the room. I'm like, bro, I called my friend up in the middle of the night. I'm like, yo, she in here fucking, and it stink. She stink. I'm mad. I'm livid at this point. So I'm like, okay. I'm telling my friend, yo, like, yo, I'm tight. Like, she in this room doing too much. So my friend's like, calm down. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Ease up, ease up. And I'm like, nah, because she's disrespecting me. So at this point in time, like, I'm just like, yeah, enough is enough. I'm going to go to my RA. Because I went to my RD, which is higher than my RA, and they told me not to move. But I got to go to my RA now. I need to go to somebody that's going to understand that I cannot do this. I go to my RA, and I tell my RA, after she's doing a room inspection, I'm like, hey, I need to move out. Like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Me and my roommate, we're not seeing eye to eye. Side note, now the day before I told my RA that, I did tell my roommate, hey, I want to talk to you about something. And she was like, okay, what? I said, well, I want to have a sit down and we could talk face to face when you're not busy. She's like, well, I'm going to cheerleading practice, but when I get back, yeah, we can have a talk. And I said, okay. So I waited around until she got back. And then she came back with 6 people in the room, and they were just loud partying and acting up. It was like, you knew I wanted to talk to you, and you just completely disregarded what I had to say. So, or the fact that I wanted to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, I just can't do this. So I took it upon myself to speak to my RA. And then I told my RA, I can't do this. I want to move out. I'm just not seeing eye to eye with my roommate. She does things differently than what I do. So I just can't. So my RA is like, man, I've been waiting for you to tell me that. I'm like, why you say that? She was like, I heard your roommate down the hall telling her friends that she's been doing everything to get you out, and you just won't leave. So instantly, my crazy activated like a light switch, and all my personalities was telling me to run up on that bitch because I'm mad now. Oh, I said, oh, so she was just planning this. She was like, from what I'm hearing, yeah. I was like, okay. Okay. I was like, thank you for telling me. Okay. So I'm in the room now, and I'm waiting for my roommate to come back home, because she come back to the room, you know, because she comes back around the same time usually on this day. So I'm kind of sitting there, and my friend's in there with me, the one that's on the 8th floor that I used to spend a lot of time with. I was spending a lot of time with, and I was just telling her what was going on. She was like, please don't do nothing crazy. But see, the thing is, because we just met that semester, she didn't know how crazy I truly was. So I'm sitting there, and I could feel the rage in me bubbling like hot boiling water. Like, I could feel the rage building up in me. My skin is hot. It's like right here, all this fire in my chest. I'm ready to fight. Like, I'm ready to hurt this girl, because now you playing with me, and you did all of this to try to get me out for no reason. So like, you literally have been plotting on me. Like, oh my goodness, I was shaking. I was ready. Like, my hands was fidgeting. I was anxious. As soon as she walked through that door, I was ready to fight. So she walked in, and instantly, like word vomit, like I just jumped out. I said, so let me ask you something. She was like, what? I was like, so you've been plotting on getting me out this room this whole time? She was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know how bitches try to act like they don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said, look, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. All I know is, if you and your friend keep trying to play with me and coming out the room whenever the fuck they feel like, you and your friend gonna get clipped. So, I don't know. Now, guys, I do not know what possessed me to say that shit, okay? I was just so heated, and the little gangster bitch in me came out. I be low-key a little hood bitch when I get pissed off, so I was ready to do something. She was like, oh, you're not about to clip me. You're not about to clip me. I said, oh, for real? Say that then. So I started pulling up on her. So we get up. Now, we about the same height, so we face to face, and I'm ready to fuck this bitch up. I don't do too much arguing. So she yelling, yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm just looking at her like, so instantly, because I'm ready, I'm winding up in my body, like my body's like, yes. And my personality is like, fuck her up, fuck her up, fuck her up. I'm ready to go off on this bitch. So instantly I hear like rattling on the door. My friend, she's up against the wall like a scared little puppy. just lost. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah. But she was bucking up like she was about to do something. So I'm like, all right, Craig, say that, say that, say that. So I'm mad. I'm yelling, me and her, she yelling at me. I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. I keep telling her, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. So instead, I hear rattling on the door. Boom, in come my RAs. Now, I don't know where the fuck they came from. They ran in there faster than the police ever could. Like, so they ran in there. They was like, back up, back up. So my one RA, she got in the middle. She was like, back up, back up. Now, my I had two RAs that came in that room at the time. Those were the two RAs on that floor. Now, one, she was kind of like a short, like, Caucasian girl. She was blonde hair. And the other one, she was a tall, like, black girl. And she was a little bigger. And she was light-skinned. But she was like, back up, back up. It was the bigger girl. She was like, back up, the light-skinned girl. So I'm standing, me and her, she got a good like distance on her. She has a separator. She a little strong with it. She was deboing our shit a little bit. So we back and forth, like we going back and forth arguing. Now with me, she's yelling for no reason. In my head, I'm scanning the room. I'm all over the place. I'm preparing. Because regardless, she's not walking out this bitch without getting touched. So I'm already scanning the room. What belongs to me and I don't want it to break? So I start seeing my little expensive hair straightener. I pull it off because the way it was set up is our little table right here with the mirror that kind of like divides the room. Her bed's on one side, my bed's on the other side. So we were like right there arguing in between that little table. So I started taking my hair straightener, wrapping it up, throwing it, taking my little hair care products, throwing it, everything. Because you know, natural hair care products, not cheap. So everything that looked like it was going to cost me some bread, I just started putting it, throwing it on my bed. And my RA, the one RA, the shorter one, she was looking at me like, what the fuck is she doing? But little does she know, I ain't new to this shit. I'm true to this shit. And I'm going to fuck that bitch up. So I'm robbing it, that third. Now, at this time, my hair was real short. So my hair was down here. But I did not take the time out to wrap my hair up. I was in the moment, like, and I don't want to lie to y'all. That hair scarf shit is nice and dandy until somebody takes that hair scarf off the top of your head and wraps it around your neck and strangles you with it. So I don't do hair scarves no more. So I just kind of like brush my hair back and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, if she pull my hair, I already know what to do. But that hair scarf shit is dangerous. So y'all be wrapping y'all hair up, but y'all never fought a real one that really will try to strangle you with that shit. So I don't do that hair scarf shit no more. That shit in the way. So I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, cool. So my roommate, she getting mad. She throwing shit at me. She throwing shit. I said, okay, bitch. So I took the big ass mouthwash. I started throwing at her. I was like, fuck you then. Stop playing with me. Stop throwing shit at me. What the fuck? So then my RA is like, you know, I've had enough of this. So she backs up like instantly. Everybody know, do not get in the middle of two people fighting. It's just not healthy for you. So at this point in time, my roommate, my RA was like, I'm done. I'm not about to get in the middle of this. But instantly, it's like, she tagged my other RA in and she jumped and she's like, guys, wait. So as she's doing that, of course she's shorter. So we're within face distance from each other. My roommate cocks back, bow. She hits me right in my eye. I seen the flash and all that. So word to me. That's the last hit she got on me. That was the first and last hit she got on me in that room. I said, okay. She punched me in my face. I said, all right, bet. So instantly, I start shooting my shit. I'm busting her shit out. Bow, 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 bow. I'm punching her, right? So then my RA is in the middle, like I'm punching her over my RA because my RA is down here. Now we both around 6 feet and my RA is like 5 feet tall. So I'm punching over the top of her. I'm fucking her up. She turned to a bobblehead and shit. And then my other RA, the black RA, she was like, you don't get in the middle of two black bitches fighting. And she snatches her up and pulls her out. She's like, move. So then instantly, once she moved, it was on, like. So then we started fighting. So she grabbed my hair. Because you know bitches love to grab hair. She grabbed my hair. So she had my hair like this. And I put my head down and I charged her into the wall. And she just kind of went like this and let go of my head. I put my hand around her hair like this. Not to pull it, but to hold her in place. And I started beating the shit out of her, bro. I'm not playing with her, bro. She turned into a bobblehead. I'm not playing. Bow, 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 bow. I'm killing that shit. Then I'm flipping her. I let go of her head. I put her on her neck. I drop her down on the ground. I get on top of her. I'm fucking her out. I'm punching her, everything. Now, the door was wide open when this was happening. So, her friend, her light-skinned friend, she was the one I really wanted to fight because she was doing a lot of this. And I don't like bitches that do too much of this. So, I was like, all right. Her friend was standing at the door and she was watching her friend get her ass beat. And I don't know why I said this shit, but I looked over at her friend. I was like, this should be you, bitch. So I'm fucking her friend up. I'm like it's to the point now where I'm so tired of punching her friend that I just start taking her head and I'm banging it against the tile floor. Like, I'm really hurting this girl. And I don't know why. Like, I was just so irritated because it's like, how dare you disrespect me on this type of level? So, after that, I got done. Like, it was to the point where she was no competition. So I just got done. She was bloody. Like, she was all over the place. It was all over the ground. She was fucked up. So I held it out. I pinned it out. I was like, you done fighting me? Because I'm done fighting you. She was like, no, fuck you, fuck you. Get this bitch off of me. Get this bitch off of me. I'm like, no, bitch, you got your ass beat. So all of a sudden, security runs in. And they grab me up. Security pulls me out of the room and I'm in the hallway where the cameras are. And I'm just standing there and I'm mad. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. That's why I fucked your dumb ass up. You know how we talk our shit. Like, I'm talking that wild shit because I know I just really bodied this girl. So, all of a sudden I forgot what she said. She said something that just triggered me. And when she triggered me, like, it was 3 security guards on me. I went like this, and I just broke through security and charged in the room, and I just started beating her ass again. Like, I was not playing. Like, when I'm ready in that mode, this is why I can't be in that mode no more. I get like a little thirsty for another round. Like, I've been wanting to fight. So I ran in there, I started beating her ass again. She on the ground, I'm fucking her up. So then it had to take like so many security guards to drag me out. Like, they had to drag me out. So once they dragged me out, I had to let it be known because the fight was so loud. She was screaming and I was yelling and I was cussing and I was like, bitch. You know how females do. Bitch, bitch, fuck you, bitch, bitch, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I ran up and down the hallway. I was like, whoa, guess who got their ass beat? Like, I was mad. I was just like loud as shit. I got asthma. So once the adrenaline went down, my asthma kicked in like shit. Like, I could not breathe. I was like, so I'm like, whoa, guess who got their ass beat? You know, so I'm screaming, I'm carrying on. Everybody's kind of like, okay, we know who won. It was no question, because I was going to let y'all know. And her friend was down the hallway just looking sad as shit. Later on, they took me down to the RD's office. And my friend, mind you, my poor friend, she was in there the whole time, just up against the wall during the whole fight, just looking sad as shit. She was startled because this is not what she's exposed to. This is not the lifestyle that she knows about. She's from the nice little country. She knows nothing about this fighting shit. So I just felt so bad because I felt like she was going to look at me different, but it's just I have a temper. And when you keep playing with me, you're going to see it. So, but don't worry, guys. My chakras are aligned right now, you know. I'm good. So then I ended up in the RD's office, the resident director, in case y'all don't know what RD is. And resident assistant is for RA. Now, I'm sitting in the RD's office and he was just like, you know, we have to send her to the emergency room. He was like, you posed as a threat. We ran the tapes back and we snatched you out the room and you ran back in. So you already posed as a threat. I said, excuse me, stop all that. Because I asked you to move. And you told me to stick with it. So this is what happened. Because I tried to leave. And you told me not to. So this is actually your fault. So he was just like, what do you mean? I said, no, I told you my roommate and I were not seeing eye to eye. I was not happy with her. Now my RAs came in and they were like, don't worry. We're not going to let them kick you out this building. So they told me, yeah, she was actually bullying this girl. Her roommate was actually bullying her. She was plotting on getting her out. We heard it and everything like that. And I ended up getting temporarily banned out of my building until I went to school court. So they ended up putting me in like the upperclassmen building, and that building was super nice. Like I was living it up. Like my feet was up. I had my own room, no roommate. What? I was enjoying it. So when I went to school trial or school court, they basically asked me to plead guilty to both counts of assault and disorderly conduct. So I was like, okay, I'll plead guilty to assault, but disorderly conduct, what does that mean? They were like, oh, well, basically you did a poor upholding of the school image and things like that. I said, actually, au contraire, I did not do a poor upholding of the school image. My GPA is through the roof. I am an exemplary student. I don't understand. She actually is the one that's just a cheerleader with terrible grades. So if you want to side with her, that's perfectly fine. But I'm actually the one that upholds your school image. They was like, so you're not going to plead guilty? No, I'm not. They was like, well, at least apologize to her. For why? What I gotta apologize to her for? I didn't do anything wrong. In my opinion, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not apologizing to that girl. You got me fucked up. I'm not apologizing to that girl. So I'm like, they was like, well, if you don't apologize, we're gonna have problems with keeping you in the school. Now, I don't know if that was an empty threat, but at this point in time, I didn't want to fucking say they were bluffing. Like, I was just like, all right, whatever. So I apologized. And they sat us down at the table, and I was like, I apologize for fucking you up. Petty as shit. Yes, I apologize for fucking you up. Now, sidebar. When I was in the RD's office explaining my situation about how it was his fault, her brother tried to fight me that same day. He ran there, was like, you're not gonna fuck my sister up. You're not gonna fuck my sister up and get away with that shit. I said, so what's up? Run up then. Because I'm ready to fight. What's up? Run up then, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm over here arguing. He trying to jump over the turnstiles. I was like, so what's up? I'm out the RD office over here squaring up. And that's probably what got me banned for real. But he was just like, I'm gonna fuck you. I was like, so run up on me then. I'm not with all that talking. So what's up? Like, I was doing too much. So, but like, her face was looking a little rough. And we ended up just hashing it out like that. And we just decided not to speak to each other anymore. I ended up being in a situation where I was not allowed to have roommates for a couple years. So I was banned from having a roommate. But I seen that as beneficial because I prefer to have a double dorm with nobody in it and paying double price instead of a single price. What? I prefer that. Who wouldn't want that? So I was not mad about that at all. So basically, all in all, I'm a different person now. But definitely, when it came to having roommates, females I struggle with getting along with. But in her situation, comment down below and let me know if I was wrong or she was wrong in that situation. Let me know what I could have done better, what I could have did differently, and how I handled it if I was completely wrong for it, because I don't know. But I was young, I was dumb, but I still am a student of that school, and I still love that school to this day. But yeah, just let me know. But thank you so much for listening to my story time. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know, if you want to see more videos from me, let me know what you guys want me to talk about. If you like my story times, you want more, let me know. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. Feel free to follow me on my IG. It's Queen Kodak, just like my name, KWEENKODAK. And my Snapchat is Sweezmeister, SWEIZMEISTER. Thank you so much. Have a good day.